The Yellowstone finale sets up another character for Taylor Sheridan's 6666 spinoff. Taylor Sheridan sets up another character to join his 6666 spinoff in the Yellowstone Season 5 finale. The episode had a cathartic ending, wrapping up Yellowstone's most enduring stories while paving the way for some stories to continue. Beth and Case Dutton were free to make their own homes outside their family's heirloom ranch after Case sold the land back to the Broken Rock tribe. The sixth-generation Duttons were able to fully move on from their family's legacy after laying their father to rest during John Dutton IE's funeral, which followed John's death and Kevin Costner's Yellowstone exit. Yellowstone wraps things up neatly for each character with very few exceptions. For instance, we know where every Dutton Ranch cowboy ends up in the Yellowstone finale. Some cowboys, like Walker and Ryan, would opt to tend to their personal lives, pausing their time on horseback to follow their respective girlfriends. Still, most Dutton cowboys would continue cowboying. Most of the real Yellowstone cowboys will flock to other cattle ranches. The same can be said for Jennifer Landon's Teeter character, whose ending could lead to a potential new beginning in another Sheridan show. In the Yellowstone Season 5 finale, Teeter confronts her fate after Colby Mayfield's death in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12. As Taylor Sheridan's Travis Wheatley packs up to leave the Dutton Ranch after helping to sell its best horses, Teeter's runs out after the horse trainer. Teeter proposes to Travis that she move to Texas and work for him. Travis instructs Teeter to ask Jimmy Herdstrom what working for him is like. After deciding that Travis is a fair employer, Teeter leans into Travis' truck window to inform him that she'll arrive in Texas for work in short order. The Yellowstone finale shows Teeter's arrival in Texas later. She arrives at the Bosque Ranch to ride with Jimmy and Travis. In his typical managerial style, Travis doesn't show Teeter excessive kindness, telling her to unchain and ride a horse named Man Killer. While Teeter is apprehensive about the start of her new journey, Jimmy's smile says it all. While Travis criticizes Jimmy for showing joy, Jimmy's smile suggests the happiness felt when two Dutton cowboys reunited in Texas. Teeter joining Sheridan's 6666 spinoff would add another familiar face to the cast, bolstering the show's appeal. While she only joined the Yellowstone cast in Season 3, Landon's unconventional Teeter character has become a staple of the bunkhouse. Jimmy Herdstrom is supposed to be a leading character in 6666 after his move to Texas in Yellowstone Season 4. Adding Teeter to the 6666 cast strengthens the appeal of familiar cowboys. Plus, the development would highlight Teeter in her home state. Teeter finding a place to cowboy in Texas while maintaining her ties to the ranch was a full-circle ending. It's not out of the question to hope for Teeter's return in 6666, since she lands at one of Travis' ranches in the Yellowstone Season 5 finale. However, in a development update from the Yellowstone executive producer, while speaking with TV Insider, Christina Voros revealed that she doesn't know if 6666 is still in development. Still, with Teeter heading to Texas and Taylor Sheridan's self-indulgence featuring his Texas-based Travis Wheatley character throughout Yellowstone Season 5, it's unlikely the screenwriter has closed the door on a Yellowstone story that takes place just outside his front door. The finale of Yellowstone was a masterstroke of dramatic tension, setting up not only the conclusion of several key storylines, but also planting the seeds for future adventures. Among these narrative threads, one particularly stands out, a character poised to play a pivotal role in Taylor Sheridan's highly anticipated 6666 spinoff. The 6666 Ranch, steeped in the rugged history of Texas and the world of cowboys, holds a mystique that is rooted in both the past and the future. As the final credits of Yellowstone rolled, It became clear that the next phase of Sheridan's sprawling universe was going to be equally, if not more, complex and compelling. The character at the center of this setup is none other than Jimmy Herdstrom, whose story arc in the Yellowstone series took a sharp turn when he moved to the 6666 ranch. After experiencing multiple upheavals in his personal life, including his tumultuous relationships and struggles to find his place at the Dutton Ranch, Jimmy found redemption and purpose at 6666. This transition was not only a shift in his life, but also in the overall direction of Yellowstone, opening a new door to a larger world, the world of 6666. From the very beginning, Jimmy's journey has been one of transformation. He came to the Dutton Ranch as a troubled young man, burdened by his own insecurities and a criminal past. But under the guidance of John Dutton and the Dutton family, Jimmy began to find his way, showing growth and the potential to be something greater than his past. However, his time at the ranch was marked by a continuous struggle. He was never fully accepted into the Dutton family's inner circle, a fact that led to him being pushed toward the 6666 ranch as part of his redemption arc. In the finale, Jimmy's departure from the Duttons wasn't just a goodbye to a familiar face. It was an indication of the changing tides in the world of Yellowstone. His move to the 6666 ranch, far from being a simple exit, was a clear setup for Taylor Sheridan's 6666 spinoff. The character of Jimmy represents a bridge between the rugged traditional world of the Duttons and the more modern cowboy ethos of the 6666 ranch. His presence there is symbolic of the crossroads between old-school ranching and the evolving, dynamic future of the American West. But what makes Jimmy's story particularly intriguing is not just his growth or the physical location he moves to, but rather the legacy he inherits by becoming a key figure at the 6666 ranch. The ranch, renowned for its rich history and the larger-than-life characters who have graced its grounds, will undoubtedly serve as the backdrop for Jimmy's next chapter. The stark contrast between the Duttons' world of rugged individualism and the 6666 ranch's tradition of hospitality and more progressive attitudes will challenge Jimmy in ways he has yet to experience. As the finale hinted, Jimmy is being groomed to take on greater responsibilities at the 6666 ranch. His relationships with the seasoned cowboys there will test him in ways that he could not have predicted. At the Dutton Ranch, he was a fish out of water, constantly struggling to prove himself. However, at the 6666 ranch, he will be forced to find his true self, stepping out of the shadow of the Duttons and carving a place for himself in this new, evolving world. This shift not only sets the stage for new character dynamics, but also gives 6666 a rich narrative foundation to build upon. The 6666 Ranch, which is based in the Texas Panhandle, has always been portrayed as a place where tradition meets progress, where family legacies intertwine with modern-day challenges. Jimmy's arrival in this environment marks a pivotal moment for the spin-off series. It will be a place where new alliances are forged, old rivalries simmer beneath the surface, and the quest for identity and belonging will take center stage. At the same time, Jimmy's move to the 6666 Ranch opens up new thematic avenues for the spin-off series. The notion of legacy and redemption will be key themes, as Jimmy strives to live up to the expectations placed on him by both the Duttons and his new mentors. Unlike the often cold and transactional world of the Duttons, the 6666 Ranch holds the promise of community, mentorship, and growth, a place where Jimmy's potential can be nurtured and his past mistakes forgiven. This transition also sets up a fascinating dichotomy between the Duttons' code of honor, which is rooted in tradition and sometimes brutal justice, and the more progressive, forward-thinking mentality of the 6666 Ranch. In many ways, Jimmy's journey symbolizes the shift in values that is happening in the cowboy world, a world that has long been associated with stoic masculinity, independence, and rugged individualism. The 6666 Ranch, under Sheridan's deft hand, may explore how these values evolve in the face of modernity, as younger characters like Jimmy are forced to reconcile the past with the future. Moreover, as the finale left viewers with more questions than answers, it's clear that the connection between Yellowstone and 6666 will go far beyond just Jimmy. The spin-off series will introduce other characters from the 6666 Ranch who have long been part of Sheridan's vision for this expanded universe. These individuals, just like Jimmy, will be struggling with their own identities and legacies, offering ample opportunity for dramatic tension, emotional arcs, and profound storytelling. The groundwork for this new frontier has been laid with Jimmy, but it's clear that his story is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. The complex, layered world of Yellowstone has always been about characters grappling with their past, present, and future, and the 6666 spin-off promises to continue this exploration in a setting that is as rich and compelling as the land it occupies.